Fair tidings, fellow Druids. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to episode 61 of Keepers of the Gauranlen Grove, which originally aired live on Twitch August 5th, playing version 1.3.3080. Welcome to stream number 13. A little reminder of where we left off. We had accepted the quest, the Killer Bears quest, I believe it was called. Grizzly bears and Megumi. No, I'm getting confused with Killer Animals, which also sent grizzly bears. And 49 years old, and she had to be ejected. She had traits that were incompatible with our druids. But her 79 grizzly bears are still here. They pretty much just arrived, so not likely to wrap that up anytime soon. We do have an outstanding quest for a covert installation mission, and the shuttle would land in the middle of our landing pad, so we could do that while we wait for the bears to wrap up. Glitch, thanks for the bits. I did mention in the announcement for today that the focus today will be... Here, I'll put Yoda back on. The focus today will be to try to push along our victory goals. And by that, I mean trying to plant more trees. Taking a look at these trees here. None of them are... They're all fully grown, but none of them are ready to go just yet. We're going to be more or less ignoring these bears. At the end of last stream, I asked if you wanted me to orbital beam target them, and, well, about 2/3 said no. We did finally fully encase our grove in granite walls, mostly granite walls. There are some spots that are missing, but they will be filled in later. They've gotten blocked from trees and the like. So what I'm doing here is just having one continuous loop of cable around so we can power things around the perimeter. Still, again, like I said, waiting for certain trees to die. Now on the experimental branch, there is the ability to move trees, but I think given that we have been so strict about not killing trees or removing them or anything like that, I'm not really sure that I plan on ever even making, ever allowing for trees to be moved, even if the experimental branch ripples out to public. Making a hard, fast rule, just to mostly signify the fact that we've been doing it the hard way the whole time, so why make it seem like it wasn't? The bare necessities. Alright, Set is capable of walking again, which is good. We had him cariboued. It hurt. Kadath is making cochlear implants for all the people that are wanting body parts, which we have several, so let's do a quick inventory of how many ears we're going to need. Mr. Johns, Kevin, Timber, so that's 3, Noodle, 4, so 4 your ear. I'm just going to have Kadath make 4 right now. We'll queue those up. Another thing we have outstanding is the trade request for the Molotov cocktails. So, if I take a look at the, I guess it would be active. Selling to Zala Cave, I only have 2 days left. And that is for these rewards here. Now, as one might be able to do the math, if I accept this quest and take the trade, that jade is going to be pretty heavy, and I don't exactly have anyone that could carry the jade back home, which is a bit of an issue, having sold all the yaks. Which means that I either have to sell the jade immediately, or send multiple people to walk it home. Now, with that said, Zala Cave is not exactly close. It is a 5-day journey, so whoever goes will spend the better half of the next 10 days AWOL. Or really, no, not without leave, but gone. So, that is something that we're going to have to figure out. Yes, I suppose I could send Night Divinity as the pack animal. What is Night Divinity's... Ooh. The other issue is it's winter, and I'm a little worried about Night Divinity or whomever I sell, or send rather, getting hypothermia on the trip. Because it is a little cold for an elephant. So if Night Divinity gets hypothermia out there on the caravan home, there's very little I can do because, of course, elephants cannot wear clothing. So I don't know. I might go that route, but be wary of the temperatures or something. I'm not sure. So how is everybody else doing? This little colony is surely thriving. Without a doubt, thriving. So here's one of the cochlear implants. Kadath's going for yet another. And we'll just keep doing it. Let the elephant eat all the devil strands so it will insulate itself. I don't think that's how this works. Oh, Yoda. Om nom. He loves it. So these guys will be with us for quite some days. I don't think I'm going to make a point of fighting them. I think it's more effort than it's worth, and they are going to leave eventually, whether I fight them or not, so it's not that big of a deal. Glitch, you're hoping your meds don't knock you out. Well, you and I know the solution to that. Coffee. Nice. Topped up mug. Ooh. I made it a little too strong today. Look at all of those little dryads. So, Bernona and Jazz is trying to push the animatree grass a little bit higher. Codsworth is watching TV. Alright. As long as you're planning on doing something productive. And everybody is a little bit locked in. Now, we did have Pezza. Pezza didn't have... Oh, single digits now. Single digit resistance is left. That is good. So Pezza is possibly the next tree tender. Burning Passion in trees, a fast walker. Definitely someone to bond with one of these two trees. And once recruited, will be assigned to one of you all. So I'm eager to be adding more plant tenders. I have been very careful about who I introduce into this crew, this druidic crew, so that any future added people are plant tenders. And that way we'll be able to fulfill the win condition, which is to have a bunch of trees tended and a whole large dryad population. Hey, Yoda, face forward, little buddy. I feed you treats, and you watch the camera. He disagrees. All right. The first thing I need to do is to probably send the Molotov cocktails and the elephant. The longer I wait, the colder it gets, the harder it will be for anyone to make a return trip. Then the other question is who to go. So I have multiple choices here. One would be to send someone with high social skill. I think I'm going to send Kevin. Kevin, you want to go? So the reason I'm sending Kevin is he has social skill enough, and oh, too heavy. Wow. All right. How we get one elephant into 3 pods is a magician's trick, and Lord knows I won't spoil it because I myself do not know. Let's send some of the raw fungus as well, allowing the elephant to eat. Now, another thing I'm going to do is to send a lot of the leathers that I don't intend to use for clothing and load them up as well. And then anything I don't really need, anything superfluous, anything that we can sell. Let's send a bedroll though. And I'll send the Thrumbo stuff and a bunch of the primitive weapons. I hope that we have access to these weapons, that they're not behind walls, because then the game will warn me and I won't be able to send this pod. This is a lot of stuff. Oh, no. Apparently we have access to all of it. Now, what I meant by that is if it was trying to queue up any weapons that were like outside of my forbidden doors and the walls, it would have been a problem. So what I'm going to do is set everyone to high priority hauling so that they can help to fill the pod back up. And we'll get them going. Hey, Druid. Long time no see, buddy. And Xerix. Ooh, a pet Yoda. And Xerix, thanks for the follow. Which win condition did I choose? Well, I didn't really choose one that exists in the game, but if you type ! ideology, it will tell you. You will be offered a link that has it all in there. I could just hit this button, and if you see at the bottom right, expand the Gauranlen Grove to at least 8 trees and 28 Dryads. That's what we're trying to do. I figured the Dryads wouldn't abandon their... Okay, you keep rotating, I'll keep rotating you. Dryads wouldn't abandon their groves, and all of the other default win conditions in RimWorld have you leaving your map tile, have you leave and abandon your groves. So, to that end, I figured it made the most sense to not do the Archnexus or ship or the royalty win, because none of them really apply. We are here to protect trees, so instead, our win condition is a non-traditional foster the grove until it is of a certain size. It's quite possible I'd take an Archnexus series next, but that, of course, will be up to you. How are you in here, Jazium? Yeah, that's... okay. Doesn't make any sense. Speaking of which, Akmar and Robs, thanks for the resub. And Mellet Mark, thank you for giving out 5 subs to the community. Kicking off that hype train. Thank you and welcome. Here, let me put the pink light on. The pink Yoda. There you go, buddy. Let's take a look at how much we have left to load up. Now, there's the other added worry that if we're sending Kevin, right? Kevin is a jogger with shooting skill, but he might be benefited from a better rifle. So Brunona is going to part with her excellent rifle in order for Kevin to get home more safe and sound. Because if he is waylaid on the road, I would not want the pirates or raiders or tribals, whoever tries to stop him, to be able to win said fight. I want him to win. Kellyan and Orange Chaos, thanks for gifting out subs as well. Extra cuddly Yoda. Yes, did I include the Molotovs? That is a good question. If I didn't, they will be on the next trip out. I don't think I did, actually. No, I did not. Okay. They're going to. They'll catch up. Quarasol, thanks for the reminder. The one thing not to forget, and I forget it, right? Ooh. Got a bit of a social fight. Whoa. It should have stopped by now. You came 2/3 of the way of tearing off her arm. Yeah, that sounds like a totally normal social fight to me. Totally normal. Mr. Johns, I'm gonna have to wake you up. And J-Dog, thanks for the bits. Hello, Can. I hope your day is improving. Oh, here we go. So, Timber hauling the elephant. We're in, we're golden. The Molotov cocktails did not fit. So here is Zala Cave, and we're going to visit rather than gift, because gifting would be dreadful sad. And Timber, you're going to help to load up the remainder. All right, here we are to trade. Ha! Yaks again. Oh boy. I could buy a stallion, and it would help me get home quicker. See, caravan riding speed 160%. That would hypothetically speed up my return trip, and I think I'm going to do it. I don't necessarily want a breeding pairs, but a single stallion is not a breeding pair, So that should be all right. And the sooner we get home, the better. And I'll keep this stallion for future use. Mallet Mark with 5 more gifted subs. Glitch and Orange Chaos with bits. Thank you all. Thank you so very much. All right. Accept that. We have traded, and now we're just waiting for the Molotovs that I so obviously forgot. Like you do. Oh, more social fights. Timber and Noodle. Okay, we really need... Okay, wow. Timber barely landing a blow. I mean, and then Noodle... You did choose to fight a brawler, you know. A top-tier brawler. Who ripped you apart like you were made of glass. Look at Timber. Boom, 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 boom. I wonder why there's all these social fights, and perhaps I can put a ritual on or something like that. What did they say? Yeah, that's a very good question. Let's see. Noodle belittled Timber's lovers. This drove Timber into a rage, and she began to fight. Timber does not have lovers, so probably just called her forever alone. And then the other fight here. Mara flagrantly disrespected Faranya's usefulness. This drove Faranya into a rage, and she began to fight. All right. Timber, thanks for the bits. I'm glad you're still alive. Ooh, look at these bears. They are branching out and trying every door. Yogi would be proud. So Kevin is out here, just sort of waiting. Everybody that was able to haul is now unconscious. Mr. Johns is a little overwhelmed. He's like, dudes, stop punching each other. This is ridiculous. This is a hospital. Don't be animals. I will put you out there with the bears. All right, Bernona's up, and we have 5 of 7 Molotovs. Here's comes 6, and Cosworth with 7, so we are good. I'm going to reduce the haul priorities and send this over to fulfill the trade request. Done. I feel a little dumb. Whoa, 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 whoa. No! I clicked one. Oh, come on now. And my day? Where did it even send that? For real? Did anyone see me click on the world map? I'm sorry, but what? I don't even recall going to the world map. I don't even know what to say. I honestly, I don't. I'm just dev moding in those Molotovs. What the heck was that? That was, I've been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I just am floored by the amount of trolling I just got thrashed with by the storyteller. No, I think what, I don't even know. I think what ended up happening was I clicked once and it registered as like a double click because my mouse has been glitchy. And I've been thinking that the mouse, it could be me or I don't know. So I did spawn 75 steel to help replace the lost components as well. That was very, very, very weird. Okay. So, let's try this again. MOLO 7. Check. Load, 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 load. That was only 6. And 7. Okay. Launch. Yeah, so it was a double click where I launched and then like it clicked again and got sent to the sea. Yeah. All right. Good to know. Good to know. Very strange, but good to know. All right. Fulfill trade order. I don't feel bad about that at all, about using dev mode. I don't want to make a habit of it because, of course, I had to save scum a whole lot last stream, and I still feel poorly about that. But hey, it happens, and we're moving on. So anything within reason is his food restriction. This stallion is going to be named after one of you when he gets home. I do hope that the bears vacate the premise before we do get home. And Faranya with your lights punched out, let's give you a weapon. Timber will get her weapon once she regains consciousness. It was that kind of social fight. The other problem I have is that my warden, Mara, is currently in traction, so I'm going to have to force her out of bed in order to try to recruit Pezza. I don't want to delay that any further. Yeah, those Molotovs belong to Poseidon now. There really should be like if you're clicking on a no tile out on the map, there should be like a prompt of like, are you sure you want to destroy this this pod or whatever? Because, I mean, no, I didn't want to just send it to nowhere. All right, Timber has regained consciousness. Another thing that we can do with all of these unconscious people, or wounded and recovering, is take the opportunity to do the cochlear implant surgeries because, well, they're already in the hospital, right? They might as well be recovering from something. So, Mr. Jones, I'm gonna have to wake you up again. So we are doing an elective, unnecessary surgery to ruin the hearing of people for no reason. Oh, actually, no, I take that back. Oh wait, this is Mara. Yeah, Noodle, it's fine. Mara shouldn't get one because Mara's one of our socialites. Anyone with a social skill should not be getting the cochlear implant because it will hurt their ability to do the task that they're tasked to do. Free Dog, thanks for the resub. 2 years, 25 months. Rock on, man. Alright, sorry about the continual... You know what, I'll play DJ. I don't much care for the Manhunters because they cause combat music even though you're not in combat. I mean, heck, most of these bears are actually asleep. Yep, there's still a lot of them, though. Still a whole lot of them. Alright, one other thing that we're obviously going to need to do is a considerable amount of cleaning. I'm going to do a full group forced clean. But we're almost done with all of the unnecessary cochlear implants, so I think Mr. Jones is the only one left. Right ear. And I'll just kick Noodle out of the bed. And for Mr. Johns, I'm going to use a slightly higher quality med. I do see that my my medicine amount is decreasing, so I'm going to have to fix that by planting herbal at some point. Yeah, this was voted on. We're doing... Oh, you're using herbal. Okay. And... move on. Look at the speed of this caravan. Buying that horse. It was a good call. Okay, the surgery went smooth. And now every single person in this colony has at least one bionic part, or one non-natural part, or whatever you want to call it, satisfying the transhumanism. And that even includes Pezza, who now has a stab scar. I didn't realize that before. Yeah, hearing is pretty useless unless you trade, yeah. Ooh. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. A pilgrim just gifted us Neuroquake. Oh, damn. Yes. Yes, please. So, yeah, the people that shouldn't take the the cochlear implants would be Bernona or Mara because of their social skills. So if you take a look here, I was demonstrating this last stream. Most of the negotiation abilities and trade price improvements is a 100% max, which means that bionic ears don't even really help you, right? So 100% max for negotiation, 100% max for trade price improvement, 100% max for social impact, 100% max for conversion power. Essentially, bionic ears are like useless. Yeah, if you could get the 1-to-1 ratio for the pawns to horses, they just fly. That's exactly why I bought one horse. This is my horse. My horse is amazing. That was the intent. Fly, you fools. All right. And back to the normal camera. So now Kadath is working on advanced components for the Locust Armor. So Locust Armor requires a considerable amount of resources, which is going to be a resource drain. But one of the things that we were going to do is to go on the... So there's a mining site for steel, a mining site for mining site for components, you say? Oh, I see. I see. Question for all of you. This will be the first poll of the day. What is the priority? So we have mining site components. We have the covert installation. What else do we have? I just did the trade. We have got seams of flat steel. And there's also a farming site for chocolate. Which is pretty unique. I was asked in YouTube, can Druids, can they do chocolate trees? And yes, you can harvest a chocolate tree and it doesn't count against you. All right, so I guess those are the 4. I'm gonna put the vote timer up and you guys can pick what you want. I'm going to do a little bit of a force clean because this base is disgustingly filthy due to all the recent social fights and these little pets going through. You know, I'm actually going to try something here. I'm going to change the animals' priority to be full map hauling. Well, maybe not the duck. But full map hauling, but then keep the doors forbidden, because I think the net result is they'll stay out of my base. Perry, thanks for the sub and the follow. Cheers, man. I appreciate it. Now, I suppose one thing I didn't include on this would be Ancient Danger. But, you know, I guess I could add that next time. I'm checking in if any of these trees are naturally dying. I almost want to like let a alpha beaver in here just to clear these out. And it looks to me like poor Lino here stole Maxu's bed, and I could fix that. So let me put a steel bed down. Yo, shush, bear. I'ma stab you, or probably more likely to shoot you. All right, poor Lino, here's your little box. Get in there. Get out of that bed. This is for Maxu. All right, these bears are starting to leave. As you can see, this is definitely not 79. That's what, like 30-ish? There were so many bears that they wore down the snow here. That is disturbing. That is so deeply disturbing. There were enough bears to terraform. I know it's technically not terraforming, but I'm going to call it terraforming and you can't stop me. There were enough bears to terraform the horizon. It was unbelievable. See, I didn't do the pun that time because I respect you. Not enough that I will say I won't do puns in the future. You have to be punished, but I won't do the unbearable ones anymore. So there is okay, so you guys say go to the mining site for components. I will do. What I will need from Kadath here is some components. No, we have enough components. Bernona, can you make this pod? Because obviously we're going to be podding there. Can't walk there right now. And how soon is Kevin home? A day and a 6 tenths. So the mining site components is actually sort of on his way back, so he can help to haul it back. And how many people are guarding that site? 21? Oh, blackjack, dang, that's a lot of people. Okay, there's only 5 bears left. 4, yeah, they're all leaving now. Let's allow all of our people to go to the allowed zone. And unforbid doors. We have survived and we are about to get rewarded. I wish I could hot group all the doors, because there's a lot of doors and I forget to do them all. I don't even know why I did that door. It doesn't lead anywhere important. All right, there we go. 21. So 21 what? Tribals? I hope so. Said Mr. Johns, Mara, and Bernona. Can you take on 21 people? Maybe. There's also another question I have for all of you, which is, Pezza here is obviously a brawler and a fast walker. And Noodle here is a brawler. The question is, who should get the Doombringer? The Doombringer is a melee weapon, which also has fast mover. I'm leaning towards Pezza, but I could do either. So who should wield Doombringer? Pezza or Noodle? And obviously Pezza will be raffled off to someone. But we have it. We might as well designate who gets it. Do the buffs stack? They do. They do indeed. All of the buffs of persona weapons stack with any trait or negate. So for instance, if you are a Bloodlust Pawn and you have a Kill Sorrow weapon, you will be both happy and sad when you use said weapon. I know it's strange, but that's how it works. All right, sending the people to the site. Ooh, we scanned some steel, and it's smack dab in the middle of the grove. That's convenient, but also not ideal. Bernona, Morrow, Mr. John, and said, do you think you can take down a site on your own? I think you can, probably, right? Let's see if you are up for the task. I'm gonna send you assault wielders. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will send you with lavish meals. 4T. 8 meds. Spare Luciferium. 4 ambrosia. The sniper rifles, in case I need to do long range. The incendiary lances. And beer? 4 beer. All right, that's about our maximum carry weight. Except, assign. There we go. All of our spiritual leaders on 1 raid. And let me update the current project. Component mining site. This will obviously take a great burden off of Kadath, who is having to make each and every component that becomes each and every advanced component, which is a little inefficient. And clunk. It will be Pezza. Got it. Alright, PZ. You better join us soon. Bernona's still going to don her tattered armor because I care more about her protection than the penalty to wearing tattered. I could have beaten who to death? Oh, and Rocks. Cheers. the bears like I did the last time they showed up, but I don't have cannon fodder like the last time. All right, Mr. Kevin, you are going to attack the site. Pew! And here we go. It seems to me like they are rushing me hard. So I'm going to keep this paused for just 1 second. We already have a beam targeter, and there seems to be a lack of trees here. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Obviously, there's going to be some trees harmed in the making of this disaster, whatever you want to call it. But, yeah, I don't know. What do y'all think? I am not putting up a timer because I have a very brief moment to be able to decide this. These guys really do seem to be just... I probably could do this without, if I'm being perfectly honest. But 'tis an honest question. All right. Sorry. You know, something stuck in my throat. Let me clear that out. Do you know what happens? Oh, 2 made it out alive. Anyola and Krika. Looks to be the oldest 2. Actually, that's why they survived. They probably have movement speed penalties due to their age. Yes, and yes. And the rest of your village ceases to exist. For reasons because I said so. So if you're wondering, yes, we did get a trees disrupted or disturbed because I was partially responsible, or solely responsible for the destruction of some trees, but because there was a narrow canyon with very few, it could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot more penalizing. There was a very unique opportunity to take advantage of. And I was also very surprised that those tribals, like, beelined to me like they were World War Z zombies. Or 28 Days Later or whatever. Very unusual. Normally they just sort of hang around and don't do very much. Also, why would, being honest here, why would a bunch of tribals need components? Do they worship them? Like, what's going on here? I don't get it. But we're done. We have probably a year's worth of components, and let's bounce. I will also steal their pemmican, because take no prisoners. And I'm going to purposely have them divert towards Kevin, because Kevin, I don't want to be waylaid on the road. So these two meet up. And combine. Alright, another thing I'm going to have to think about is a barn. Porlino and Night Divinity won't be able to survive very long without some sort of shelter. So I need to offer them shelter. So I was thinking about sticking the barn in here, like this. Oh, that's the interaction spot. Like that. And then heating it up. And we have a bunch of seams already, so I can roof this up here. And then probably putting a fence in to keep the barn separated from everything else. Kevin had a trade opportunity. Let's see here. I will sell my low shield pack. In truth, I really don't care for low shield packs. They're not bad. I just don't like one-off use. They're for as all of the one-off sort of utilities. The lances are a lot stronger, in my opinion. Have a wonderful day, Orange Gas. I will try to do right by your dryad today. Where are you? Here you are, hauling some dead ibex. So we have the old installation. It is a ancient complex nearby, and I'm just going to accept that. So at this point, meaning, no, they're not merged yet. Kevin, keep moving. So let's take a look at the seed box quest line. We have 3 out of 5 intel. We just accepted old installation, which will be 4 out of 5. And then here, this covert installation mission is the 5th. Question. Should getting the seed... Ooh, let's spell that right. Seed box be my current focus? My typing's not so good today. Carpal tunnel definitely ripping me up. And put a timer on that. Ooh, Kadath, you're starving. Please eat. Because now we have all of the potential intel. Nope, there's still... Oh, this is my fault. There we go. And let's stop super cleaning. Okay. Hungry pen animals. Yeah, I see that. Raw food, vegetarian. Let's allow rice on there too. Fang, you go fix that. And winter has officially begun. Vranya and Timber are starving to death. Why are they laying in the hospital bed until they starve is my question, but whatever. What do I know? Pezza, how are you being treated? No more progress since last I checked because I removed all the wardens. Hey Jazz, could you... Thank you. And these guys are merging and returning home. So 2 days of food, 2 days of travel. And they're all using 1 bedroll. The other question is there any trade opportunities on my way home? No, not so much. No, because these green, purple rock is going to want to kill me. So, okay, won't do that. Here's the locust armor. So that is in progress, which is great. We still don't really have a helmet for her to wear. And I do have marine helmets unlocked, so I could make one. I could even make a prestige marine helmet. Want to get the chance and the resources. So that'll be something I do. Hey, Camasia. Welcome. Alright, you guys say yes. Yes, I should focus on the seed box. So, focus on seed box relic. Nice. I think what I will do is once Bernona Mara, Mr. Johns, and Ced get home, I will accept the covert installation mission, because that I can go to instantly. Is there any benefit to prestige when I'm not royal? Yes. It is good for Psycasters whether you are royal or not, and Bernona is a Psycaster. She's a level 3 Psycaster. I'm hoping to get her to level 6. It helps you with your heat pool and your Psy focus gain rate, your sensitivity. So, absolutely. Prestige is great, regardless of whether or not you're royal. And that's actually exactly why the third relic that we have here is the Arbor Collar, the Eltec Staff. It will be a legendary quality staff, which would make a Psycaster ridiculously strong. Alright, wow. That was quite a social fight. They're still jacked up. Piranha and Timber. Oof. The grass is up to 13, which is pretty good. The next level is going to be particularly powerful for Bernona because she gains access to the tier that gives her skip. Not that I have skip, but I have a small chance to randomly learn skip. Because right now she's at skip level. So if I was able to buy the skip Psycast, I could use it. Next level will be Berserk and Invisibility. Which, if we're going into Worshipful Villages to steal information about our relics, you can see why a Worshipful Village, or why Invisibility would be powerful, you know, for Worshipful Village pillaging. Who needs the last implant? Did I count that wrong? I'm just going to go ahead and suspend that. I don't think I actually need one. Everybody home right now has... Yeah, I doubt I'll need it. Do relics have durability? They do. They will be legendary, but they can be destroyed. So you got to be careful with it. It's just... It's sort of like a... You know, and the other thing is... to some degree or another, it might even be more beneficial for your relics not to be revered... or not to be used, but instead revered as part of the reliquary. Because I've received Neuroquake and Berserker Pulse and Berserk from pilgrims coming to see my relics, which might be stronger than just using the weapons themselves, but it really depends on the kind of weapon that you have as a relic. You know, you can have anything. So you could have a relic club, which is not going to be not very useful, or like a relic persona monosword, which would be the highest DPS melee weapon in the game. Depending on your target. But on average, yes. Booyah! We have Plasteel. We don't have to go to a seam. Nice. And the Locust Armor's done. No, it's not yours. Kadath is like, wait, but I just spent 2 weeks making it. Nope, not yours. Sorry, buddy. And it's excellent quality, too, so that's really good. It's higher armor than her current one, which I think is only good. That meteorite is insultingly shaped. Maybe it's a bird's eye view of Pinocchio. That's the most PC thing I could come up with. You're welcome. Okay, Highland Timber's fully healed. Finally. My chem fuel is definitely hard to source. I might need to expand my Nutrifungus farm. He'll send the bears back. Not the bears. No, please, sir. Look how Maxu, like a Kit Kat, is just like, here you go. Here's a dead rat. Enjoy. Taropa. Thank you for the compliment. I will keep up the good work. Cheers, my friend. And by good work, you mean terrible accents and puns that make fingernails on a chalkboard sound like a good time. You got it. We'll be bringing those in high quantity. I like the concept that one of my dryads spent a day hauling a wooden club to my front porch only for me to leave it there until it rots. Because I'm simply the most grateful recipient of dryad help. I have been noticing that they're hauling like small dead animals that clearly have been chewed up from other animals. You know, byproduct meat, 4D meat. If you don't know what 4D meat is, don't Google it. These dryads seem to resemble cats. Maybe if they were massive. I think these dryads are actually pretty heavy. Where are their weight? Well, their body size is 2/3 of what a human would be. So we're talking like large chimpanzee, maybe. Yeah. Why am I staring at this and not seeing a weight? I'm very... whatever. But body size is roughly what a weight is. So it's 2/3 of an adult male. Or adult female. Their first post says they were rabbits. Well, I mean... maybe if rabbits messed around with, like, gamma and beta radiation and turned themselves massive. You know, a 120-pound rabbit? Sure. Sounds very Alice in Wonderland to me. Ribbit as a frog? Oh, yeah, alright. Maybe Toad, like, from X-Men, who I've referenced a few times. Yeah, like a really, really, really big dog. There was fan art that I saw on the Twitch subreddit. Let me see if I can find it, which I thought was, or not the Twitch, the RimWorld subreddit. That was fan art of them that I thought was pretty awesome. I'm gonna try to find a link for you because you know I'm totally paying attention to the game right now. Should be easy for me to find because I upvoted it, and I almost never upvote anything on Reddit. Pure lurk. And you want me to hydrate and posture check? Well, you got it. Cheers. Ah, here it is. Alright, I'm posting the link in chat. There we go. That was some concept art of what a dryad might look like. I think it's, it makes them look like silverback gorillas a bit. But I like that a lot. I like that, that art is fantastic. You have to use your imagination, of course. Because we don't get to see arms or legs or, you know, so they sort of look like the slurm worm as well. Honestly, they look a lot like the slurm worm. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to watch Futurama immediately. But, here is the... Whoa, that is a heck of a link. I regret that link. Let me try to find one that isn't, a dictionary's worth of information. Why can't I just get a nice... Yeah, that link broke. Oh, yeah. Alright, Bitly. Help me out. Shorten this link. Great. And copy. Alright, here. Much, much, much better. Does that work? Hopefully that one will work. That's the slurm worm from Futurama. And I feel like the carrier dryads look very much like the Slurmworm from Futurama. Now, the baby dryads, the immature dryads, they, to me, look... I don't even know what they look like. They look like fancy shoes. Now that I mention it, they do. Yeah, they really do look like the Slurmworm. I'm not kidding. If that was not the inspiration, I'd be surprised. But I'd be alright with that. They're armor-plated Slurmworms, yes. Well, they're definitely not gorillas. At two-thirds of an adult male size, it'd be like armor-plated chimpanzees or bonobos or something. I don't know. What's a monkey that's like, I guess a large chimp? Yeah, they're like large chimps because an adult male chimp, like a adult male bonobo, probably weighs about two-thirds of a human-ish. Yeah, it does. Males can weigh up to 110 pounds. So like an armored bonobo would be like 120, 130 pounds, which would be about two-thirds of like an adult male or adult female. In RimWorld, like adult males and females just have a size of 1, which is default. Orangutans would be too large. Orangutan. Orangutan. Yeah, they'd be too large. Because, you know, an orangutan and humans are like the same size. Does he ever explain where he got some of the ideas? Well, there is the lore primer, and the lore primer goes over some of that, but no, ultimately no. It's sort of like a weird mystery that he never really goes into. I kind of like it like that. It's, I honestly prefer it, that it's not spelled out exactly. It's just like, yeah, this is the way the world is because... something about that makes it more interesting to me, I guess. There's some charm in that the world is just weird, deal with it. Because there's definitely some games that have a lot of weirdness, and then they try to explain the weirdness, and it cheapens it. You know? Like I'm thinking of like some TV shows where it's like, yes, people have magical powers. Now let's try to explain this with science. It's like, no, don't. If people are shooting lightning bolts out of their fingers, don't explain it with science. That's gonna hurt my brain. Ayo, Thrumbo. You all know what I'm thinking. Anyone want some Thrumbo burgers? Here we go. Pulls up. For a whole 2.5 minutes. You're welcome. All right, let's stick an animal flap here in lieu of a door so that animals can traverse into this section freely. And we'll be doing with these Thrumbo soon. As soon as my A-team gets home, and they get home in like an hour. Let's hope they don't stop on the road, which I'm sure they will do. The trees under a roof, they will be in a minute. But if I do this, they won't be. My guys are pretty good about not accidentally cutting down trees. I do destroy trees, but there's only, honestly, so much not destroying trees that is possible. Especially in like combat tactical situations, it's like, this tree needs to go. It's either like us or one tree. And in that instance, picking us doesn't seem to be too ridiculous. Alright, come on. Ooh, we got ambushed. How sorry are you going to be? Hey, it's actually not a pathetic ambush. Most of the time when we get ambushed, it's like one person who's naked, like cracked out, chasing us. But this time it's actually a real fight. They outnumber us, which is unusual. Thank you for tuning in to the Keepers of the Gauranlen Grove, which originally aired live on Twitch August 5th, playing version 1.3.3080. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. Keep in mind that the series has since ended. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule. and countdown timers to upcoming streams. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope to catch you next episode or a live stream of something else. Farewell, everybody.